Oh, hello, what's up, everyone? Today I'm going to talk about a bit about the current pro wrestling landscape and what my opinion of it is, and as to, yeah, what's happening currently in WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, all this stuff. Although I haven't really kept up to date with a bit of it, as yeah, I don't currently have Foxtel, so I haven't really been able to tune in to Raw and SmackDown each and every week. But I've still been watching it, online. Uh, yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna start off by first of all the constant CM Punk rumors, and will CM Punk, Phil Brooks, whatever you want to call him, will he return to a wrestling ring? I'm just gonna bluntly say that I don't think that will happen. I really think people I can't see it happening. He hasn't been in a wrestling ring in 5 years. He's he really doesn't really show much interest in returning to a professional wrestling ring in the interviews that he's having, and I really just I mean I always hold hope that one day it will happen, but I just I can't see how it's going to happen. I can't see how WWE and him can can eat both swallow their pride and just bite the bullet, and I can't see it happening. You got to remember he hasn't stepped in a ring in 5 years, so even if he does return, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same Phil Brooks or CM Punk as what it was this time 5 years ago. Anyhow, we always hang up hope, and we always, as wrestling fans, we always hope that one day we'll see him in a ring. Um, yeah. Another thing that sort of is some of the booking in WWE, some of the scripting I don't really agree with. Like you got guys like EC3 and Bobby Lashley, and I think what's that guy, Alistair Black, that you can even Elias, you can really see that they're not going anywhere, and they're just they're just there for a paycheck. And um, first of all, I'm going to start off with EC3, because I met EC3. Well, his real name's Michael Hutter, but I met him at a local professional wrestling show. It's called BCW, or then it was called Outback Championship Wrestling, and I seen firsthand the work he does in the ring, and I was a big TNA fan this time 2 or 3 years ago, and I really saw his work in TNA, and at the start I didn't think he was a very good in ring competitor, but as he got moving in the program and things, he really demonstrated he could wrestle, and he could do some pretty impressive moves and things, and he was good on the microphone, good at cutting a promo. He was really hot in TNA, and he was the champion for a period. He was undefeated for a while. He was TNA champion for a long period, and then he's gone to WWE, and you know, they just he's on the main roster, and he's just getting buried. He's being used as a jobber, which that's not EC3, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him wanting to seek other opportunities in other promotions, because he's just being used as a jobber currently, and I really don't like it. I know he's worth more than a jobber, and I know creatively he can do much better than what he's being booked as at the moment. Um, yeah, no, you know, most of the booking and scripting at the moment currently isn't too bad. I like Seth Rollins as champion. Yeah, I like most some of the scripting. Obviously, there's a few aspects of the WWE scripting that I don't agree with, and I really think that that some of those guys that are sort of on the lower card can, maybe not renew their contracts with WWE and go to other promotions elsewhere where they'll be used and booked better, and they might even earn just as much money. I mean, you even heard John Moxley or Dean Ambrose, whatever you want to call him even talking about how the money's actually just as good as where he's currently working in AEW than what it was in WWE. So obviously the money, although it's well publicised that WWE pays the most, it actually doesn't. So I really, really hope some of those guys can seek out opportunities elsewhere, because they're, you know, unfortunately with such a big wrestling company, you're not going to be able to book them, use them all to their full advantage, and that's just what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, AEW's currently very hot. You got guys like Chris Jericho, obviously John Moxley. Um, yeah, you've got some big names in there. You got who else is in there? You got heaps of awesome Kong. So you got some real, you know, real big names there. Um, I really hope that that gives people an alternative brand to WWE. It looks like that's what it's doing. It looks like it's just, more focused on actual in ring stuff, not so much on cutting promos and talking on the microphone and telling a story. Although that is an aspect of professional wrestling, is being able to cut a promo and tell a story, and that's going to happen in every promotion. It's just the way you do it, which WWE tend to exaggerate the art of telling a story. Um, so yeah, no, it looks like I haven't actually watched an AEW show. I must do that. I've heard it's really good. It's really focused on in ring stuff and it's very competitive. So I better watch a show and see what it's like. Impact Wrestling I haven't watched in a while. I wouldn't even know what's going on there at the moment. Um, I better tune into that as well. But yeah, I really hope that back on the WWE side, I really hope they just stop degrading EC3, or if they're going to use him as a jobber, just put him back in NXT and actually use him properly, like they're doing with Finn Balor, or just there's no point giving he deserves more TV time and he deserves to be used better. Um, yeah, I haven't seen John Cena in a while. I think I don't think his in ring days are just about over. I think I haven't seen him on TV in a long time, so I think he's focusing more on his acting at the moment, which is completely understandable. You can't keep going at that pace forever. So um, yeah, I mean, yeah, Lashley's another one that I think should be used as a threat. He's a big man. He's a big boy. I mean, if they're literally fighting, Lashley would kill anyone on the roster. Literally, he's a proven MMA fighter. He's actually won MMA championships, which is the same thing as UFC. So, and he's a proven he can actually really fight that guy. So the way they're booking him is just absolutely silly. Um, having love angles with Lana and Rusev. What the freaking hell? Like, that's just freaking ridiculous. Um, yeah, I don't understand it. It's like the way they book Baron Corbin as well, a big bloke like that. 6'9" or 10" or however big. He's quite tall, Baron Corbin. I mean, in NXT, if you watch Baron Corbin matches, he was used properly. Like, he was used as a big, solid guy that used to intimidate other wrestlers, and now he's just like he's not I wouldn't say he's irrelevant, but he's not being the same on the main roster as it's just the same as a lot of these guys. I mean, look at Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode. Like, these guys were TNA icons, and they go to WWE and I don't even think Samoa Joe won a champ. I think he was United States champion for a month or something. Like, it's just, yeah. Samoa Joe's another one I can't understand. I think he's injured currently with a broken thumb. But yeah, I don't see how they don't use these guys properly because they don't optimize their talent enough, and it's frustrating for them personally, and it's frustrating for the fans that want to see them that have that want to see them being used and booked properly. So yeah, I think overall I'm pretty like the landscape of pro wrestling is pretty competitive at the moment. I really think that other promotions like AEW and even Ring of Honor for a long time have been able to, I wouldn't say compete with WWE, but I mean AEW's given it a good nudge at the moment, but the money's always going to be better in WWE, and they're always going to be able to somehow get better ratings due to the more money that's in it. But I really hang my hat off to these other promotions that really, really, yeah, are giving WWE a good run in regards to ratings, and yeah, I'm overall satisfied with the competitive nature of it at the moment.